Okay, so going to correct the homework question 6 to 10. So question 6 says a spherical ball is made from a sheet of plastic. The diameter of the ball is 21.6 centimeters. Pi is 3.1 material used to measure the ball. So that is a curved surface area of the sphere, and the formula for my curved surface area is 4 pi r squared. So I have my diameter is 21.6, that means my radius must be 10.8. And then my pi, I'm told, is 3.14. So up and into my formula I have 4 bracket 3.14 bracket 10.8 to be squared, and I get 1464.9984, and then to the nearest centimetre I get 1465 centimetres squared. Part 2 of that says the volume of air inside the ball. So volume, then my formula for that is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So I have 4 over 3, pi is 3.14, my r is 10.8 to be cube, and I have 5,273.99424, and then the nearest whole number is 5,274 centimetres cubed. Okay, now on to question 7. So question 7 says, a solid sphere of chocolate fits exactly into a cubic box. The radius of the sphere is 7 centimeters. Taken pi is 22 over 7. Find the volume of the sphere. So volume of the sphere is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So I have volume is equal to 4 over 3. Pi is 22 over 7. My radius is 7 to be cubed. And I get my volume is 1,437.3 centimeters cubed. So I was told my box is a cube. So the box is a cube. The formula for the volume of a cube is L cubed. And if my radius of a sphere is 7, that means the full diameter across, which is going to be the same as one length of the side of a cube, is going to be 14, because 7 plus 7, that would be my diameter. So I have 14 to be cubed, and I get 2,744 centimeters cubed. Part 3 then, I have the volume of the box not occupied by the sphere written as a percentage correct to one decimal place. So I have basically this, my box is 2,744, and I take away my volume of my sphere, I have 1,437.3, so I have 1,306 points over the total, multiply it by 100. So my total of the box is 2,744 by 100, and I get 47.6%. Question 8 then, I have a cylinder part of an engine has a height of 14 and a radius of 6. A spherical ball bearing of a radius 4.5 is placed into the cylinder, and oil is then poured into the cylinder until it is taking 22 over capacity of the cylinder. So capacity is another word for volume, it's how much it holds. So my volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. So then I fill into the formula, I have pi is equal to 22 over 7, or of my cylinder is 6 to be squared, my height is 14, and I get 1,584 centimeters cubed for the volume of my cylinder. Then I have part 2. Part 2 asks me the volume of the ball bearing. So the ball is actually a sphere. So I have 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So my volume is 4 over 3 bracket 22 over 7. My radius is 4.5 to be cubed, and I get 381.8571. Part 3 of this then here, I have the volume of oil used. Okay, so I was told the volume of my cylinder, then I have a sphere put in. So basically the oil is going to be the cylinder, so how much you can pour into it. So I have 1,584, take away my 381.8571, and I get 1,202.14 centimeters cubed. Question 9 then, I have a spinning top consists of a solid cone on a solid hemisphere. The radius of both is 3.5 and the height of the cone is 6. Find the total volume of the spinning top to the nearest cubic centimetre. So I have then the volume of a cone is 1 over 3 pi r squared h. So I have 1 over 3 pi is 22 over 7, bracket my r is 3.5 to be squared, my height is 6. Then when I put that in, I get 77 centimeters cubed. Then I need to get the volume of my hemisphere. So the volume of my hemisphere is 2 over 3 pi r cubed. So I have 2 over 3, pi is 22 over 7. My radius is 3.5 to be cubed, and the volume then of the hemisphere is 89.83. I get the total volume by adding the two of them together, and when I add the two of them together I get 166.83, and then to the nearest cubic centimetre I'll get 167 centimetres cubed. And question 10, I have a tennis ball has a radius of 3.5, calculate correct nearest two decimal places the volume of the tennis ball. So the volume of a tennis ball is a sphere, it's 4 over 3 pi r cubed, so I have 4 over 3 pi, my radius is 3.5 to be cubed, and I get my answer for one tennis ball to be 179.59 centimetres cubed. Part 2 says the height of the tube. Okay, so I was told the radius of a tennis ball was 3.5, so basically a diameter of a tennis ball is going to be 7, so this will be 7, 14, 21, so that means my height is going to have to be 21. The radius of the tube, okay, so the radius of the tube, this here is 7, it's going to be 7 going across this way as well, 7 going across this way, so then I have my radius is going to be half of that, okay, because that's my diameter to 7, which is 3.5. And then part IV asked me for the volume of the tube. Okay, so the volume of a tube, I was told earlier, it's in a cylinder, so my formula for a cylinder is pi r squared h. So I have pi bracket 3.5 to be squared, my height, which is 21, and I get 808.1747, and two decimal places at 808.17. Part V of this asks me the fraction of the volume of the tube taking up by 3 tennis balls. Okay, so one ball here is 179.59. 3 balls I multiply it by 3 and I get 538.77. So then the volume of the entire cylinder was 808.1747, and I take away my 3 tennis balls. So I have 369.40, and that's the remaining space. Sorry, the question actually asked me what was the fraction of the volume of the tube taken up by 3 tennis balls. Okay, so 3 tennis balls, the volume of that was 538.77. The volume of the cylinder is 808.1747. I multiply that by 100 and I get 66.66, but it asked me as a fraction, so that as a fraction is actually 2/3. Okay, so today I'm going to go through finding dimensions when given volumes or surface area. This is page 285 in your books. So what I have here is the volume of a cylinder is 847 pi centimeters cubed. If it has a radius of 11 centimeters, find its height. Okay, so volume is equal to 847 pi. This I was told is a cylinder, so the formula for the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h, and that's equal to 847 pi. I divide it across by pi here, so I have basically r squared h is equal to 847. I sub in for my radius, which I was told is 11, so 11 to be squared h is equal to 847. 11 to be squared is 121, h is equal to 847. I then want to get the height on its own, so I divide across by 121. So I get then 847 divided by 121 will give me the height of 7 centimeters. Next up, I have the volume of a sphere is 3054 6 over 7 millimeters cubed. Taken pi is 22 over 7. Find the radius of the sphere. So basically my shape is a sphere, so the volume of a sphere is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So I was given enough information, so I was told this answer is 3054 6 over 7. So I have 4 over 3, pi is 22 over 7. My radius is r to be cubed is equal to 3054 6 over 7. So then what I did here is I multiplied the 4 over 3 by the 22 over 7. So I get top by top, bottom by bottom, and my answer is going to be 88 over 21 r cubed is equal to 3054 6 over 7. I want to get r cubed on its own, so I say r cubed is equal to this, divide by 88 over 21, and I put that into r cubed 709, r cubed of 29, and then when I calculate I get r is equal to 9. Okay, here I have the top of the cone. If its radius to 3 of a cone is going to be pi rl plus, don't forget the bottom of it, pi r squared, and that's equal to 373.66. so pi is 3.14, my radius was 7, and I don't know my L, that's what I'm looking for. plus I have 3.14, my radius is 7 to be squared, and it's all equal to 373.66. So then when I multiply these out, I get 21.98 L plus 153.86 is equal to 37. I have 21.98 L is equal to 373.66, take away my 153.86. So I'll have 21.98, 18. I want to on it's going to divide it to 1.8, and I get, when I put that into my calculator, that L is equal to 10 centimeters. Okay, so this one is a long one, but it's the bottom of page 285, and you might look at it to see the diagram that goes with it. So I have here an experiment to measure the volume of a metal. The cylinder has a radius of what is lowered into the cylinder by 4 centimeters. Okay, so it's acts of the metal spherical. Okay, my cylinder 100 pi centimeter in the question. To fill in enough here, so I have radius, I was told was 5 to be squared. My height, okay, so the height basically of the cylinder, once that ball, the spherical ball that goes in, is 4, okay. So I know there was two heights, 9 and 4, so basically I take the 4 because I'm trying to work out my sphere, and the sphere, what that actually caused the water to rise was by 4, so my height here in this case is 4, and that's where I get my 100 pi centimeters cubed. The volume of the sphere then must be equal to 100 pi centimeters cubed, because we link this height to it. Okay, so they're equal to one another. So that ball was after being submerged in the water, so it's after going down, so the volume of that sphere is equal to how much it changed this cylinder. So I have then my formula for the volume of a sphere is 4 over 3 pi r cubed is equal to 100 pi. I divide across by pi, and I have 4 over 3 r cubed is equal to 100. I get r cubed on its own by saying 100 by saying r cubed is equal to 100 divided by 4 over 3, and then I get r cubed is equal to 75. And I want to get r on its own, so I get the cubed root of 75, and I get r is equal to 4.2172, and I want it to one decimal place, so I get r is equal to 4.2 centimeters.